Hello everyone, my name is Cameron and welcome to the WWE Evolution Predictions video. Now before we get into the video, I do really quick want to talk about some personal life stuff and Crown Jewel. We're going to start with the personal life / channel stuff and then get into the Crown Jewel stuff. So, for those of you who don't know, I work at a gas station down the street from my house. It's a very nice job, I very much enjoy it. And my schedule has basically been the exact same since I started working there. It's been me working weekend nights, which means Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. Now, we got a new employee recently, and she cannot work Thursday nights, so they're swapping me to Thursday night, so I'm working Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meaning, Friday nights will now be open, and I'm going to be streaming every Friday night, hopefully every Friday night. I'm going to try to get streaming put on the channel more often. I'm sorry that I've kind of screwed up. I said, I'm going to be streaming every Tuesday, and I know I've been screwing it up. I've had a really crappy sleeping schedule the past few weeks. Hopefully I can actually get into a point where I'm streaming more frequently, and I can stream for a bit of time, for a pretty good amount of time. Next week's stream is, if I actually buy it, next week's stream will be Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay? Next week's stream will be Red Dead Redemption 2 on Friday, if I remember to get it. If not, I have no idea what we're streaming. I'm hopefully going to stream on Tuesday. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's kind of been something I've been like, okay, I'm probably going to stream on Tuesday, but if I don't, then I don't. But yeah, I really like this. It gives me a Friday night freed up, which is a night I actually really like to spend at home. And it means I'm not working 3 days in a row. I'm working a day, then I get a break, and then I get work 2 days in a row, which isn't bad, because Saturday and Sunday are easier days to work. They're easier days to want to work, and Thursday is not a bad day to work from what I've seen from my coworkers, but Friday nights, it sucks. It really sucks sometimes. So yeah, Friday nights and Tuesday nights are going to be stream nights, with the other days of the week kind of dotted in for streams on occasion. That's about it. That's about it for the personal life stuff. I will hopefully be streaming Red Dead Redemption 2 next week. If not, I plan to do it the week after, because I might wait until I get a different check to stream, or to buy it. I'm not entirely sure. I do have a pretty good amount of money in my bank account right now. It's not like I'm like, this is like my last $60. I'm actually doing really well. I've been saving a lot of money the past few weeks, mostly because I have to buy a new alternator for my truck, so and I have to pay for bolts for a crossbow, so that's also really expensive. So I'm trying to not screw myself over money-wise as best as I can, basically. And now on to Crown Jewel. I don't know if I'm going to be watching Crown Jewel, let alone doing a video for it. I still, at the moment, plan to do a video for predictions and a review video on Crown Jewel. But at the moment, it's not like I'm going to actually be doing a huge video. So basically what my plan is this. I'm going to do a predictions video for Crown Jewel. This is my current plan. This might change in the next week. I'm going to do a predictions video for Crown Jewel. I'm going to watch the pay-per-view, maybe not. I'm not sure yet. And then I will give you guys the winners, and that's it. And if I do watch it, it's only because of a few matches, because a few matches do kind of excite me, and there are things I might actually want to check out. Like most notably AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, which might not even happen, because Daniel Bryan is apparently reported still to not be going to the show, just like John Cena is now out of the show completely. He is officially confirmed as not going to the show, and they are, I guess, planning to replace him with somebody tonight, or not tonight, Monday night. I hope they add Drew McIntyre to the Universal Championship match. It fits. Him going to that match would fit very well, and I would very much enjoy that. Getting to watch Drew McIntyre hold the Universal Championship up high would be kind of nice. But yeah, I'm not very excited for it. I think WWE's dropped the ball on this one. They should have. I get that there's a contract, and if they pull out of it, they might get sued. But this really kind of proves what everyone says about WWE, that you guys just care about money and you don't really care about anything else. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's like you guys are literally saying, unless Trump or Congress tells us not to go, we're going. Which is kind of like, okay, you're doing this 5 days after an all-women's pay-per-view, trying to prove how much you care about women's wrestling, and then you're doing this. I know there's a lot of issues with this. Again, I'm a business student. I understand there are issues you have where you have to actually, look into this sort of stuff and all that kind of stuff. You have to actually, like, okay, there's contracts and stuff, but it's like, just tell Trump to tell you guys to leave or something, or tell someone to tell you guys to leave. That way you can get out of the contract by saying, okay, we're not allowed to go, says this person high up in the government that we're not allowed to go. It wouldn't be that big of a deal because you guys could just change it to somewhere else, like the UK. The UK would fucking go batshit for that fucking thing. I think it would be really well if the UK got that pay-per-view. I don't know why they decided to do it in Saudi Arabia again. Oh wait, yeah, I do, because they want money. So at most, I will do a predictions video, and the review video will be me just telling you guys, okay, this person won this match, this person won this match, and that's it. I don't want to really do a review on the pay-per-view, because to be honest, I don't think it deserves it. It's not a pay-per-view they should still be having in Saudi Arabia. I should state that. They should not be having the pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. They could have moved it to anywhere else in the world. They could have pushed all the matches back to Survivor Series, which would actually fit very well. But instead, they decided to do this. Hell, they could even take the tournament, make it a 16-person tournament, a 16-man tournament, and have it go for the few weeks before Survivor Series. So this Monday, Tuesday, next Monday, Tuesday, the Monday, Tuesday after that, and Monday, Tuesday after that, and have Survivor Series be the finals, basically. But no, they're stupid, and they're going forward with Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, and I just think it's a bad idea. All right, and finally, on to the Evolution predictions. I talked way more on that than I meant to. I am very sorry. So, first match we had... Oh, and before I get into this, there was an NXT UK Women's Championship match scheduled for this, and it got pulled out very recently. Like, today, I didn't see it on the card when I looked up the card. I was like, okay, I guess that's done for some reason. I don't know why. There's nothing being said about why the NXT UK Women's Championship is not being defended on the show, why there's not a match for it. I know at one point they did have an actual opponent for Rhea Ripley, and I can't understand why they decided to take it off of the show. And it kind of also brings me back to the point of Stephanie McMahon saying, over 50 women from past and present will converge for the first ever all-women's pay-per-view. Really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, because I almost forgot to add in the rest of the Riot Squad. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. If they're only counting in the superstars in the matches, there's 39 of them. Now, if they're counting in all the referees and announcers, yes, there's probably 50, depending on if they're doing all female refs, which, if I remember correctly, there's only one female ref in WWE at the moment. So, that's very unlikely. They're also doing Lillian Garcia as the ring announcer, and Beth Phoenix, Renee Young, and Michael Cole as the announce team. I don't mind. I'm kind of pissed that Michael Cole's on the announce team, if I'm being honest. I really wish they would have, gotten, like, anybody else besides Michael Cole. Is it really that hard to get you guys another female announcer to go on for the show? Like, you're touting off about this all-women's pay-per-view, and you have a male commentator. No offense. No offense to Michael Cole. No offense to WWE about this. It's just, like, you guys could have done this better. You guys could have planned this better. Like, maybe put Lillian or hell, even JoJo or somebody on commentary. I know it'd be a stretch for them, but it's still something you could do. All right, for the Raw Women's Championship, we have Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella. My prediction, Ronda friggin' Rousey. Honestly, I'm not excited for this match. Y'all can be excited for it as much as you want. I'm not. I don't think Nikki Bella should be going for this. She even proved that when people say, oh, they're the exact definition of divas, she literally proved that by calling herself and Brie divas last Monday, which is kind of like, I get it's not a bad word. I'm gonna make a point. It's not a bad word. It's just, it's not something you should be proud of, in my opinion, because it's like, that's literally proving that you're one of the people who was hired for looks instead of skill, and that's just like, why would you want to prove to everyone that you were hired based off of your looks and not your skill? Because that's basically what divas were. For those of you who don't realize, who have always been watching WWE in the time it's been, women's wrestling, divas were just not something that was enjoyable. It took a lot of the fun out of women's matches. Next, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. I'm going with Becky Lynch, obviously. This kind of goes into my prediction of the Women's Battle Royal, with the added caveat that Asuka will attack Becky after the match. Next, the NXT Women's Championship, Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. I'm going for Kairi Sane. It might be kind of a not the best idea to go for and say, okay, Kairi Sane is who I think is going to go for it, who I think is going to win. But I think that she's got the best chance of winning it. I like Shayna Baszler. I like Kairi Sane. They're both fantastic in the ring. I just think Kairi is going to find some way to win this match. Next, the 2018 Mae Young Classic Finals, Toni Storm versus Io Shirai. However the fuck you say her name, I'm not entirely sure. Some of these Japanese names are very difficult for me to say. I'm going for Io, however you say her name, Shirai. I have not been watching the Mae Young Classic. I should have, but I didn't. Mostly because they film it in advance, and it's like I've known who these were for like I've known who the finalists were for like the last month, and it's like you guys could really be doing that live, like after NXT and 205 Live or something, but you're not. You're choosing to film it in advance, and then it's like, why? What's the point? The finalists are going to be spoiled in a matter of a day after, which they were literally. Basically, as soon as this was announced, as soon as Evolution was announced, the finalists were already put up there. Now, you could also go for the thing of, okay, let's not put the people who are in that match, whose names are associated with the finals in that match, and just say, to be decided versus to be decided until the final thing is done, which is what they should do. They should do that. And it happens the same way with NXT stuff, is they do TV tapings, and then something happens where like a title changes hands or something, and you go to look at something, and then that says, okay, this person's now the champion. Like when Tommaso Ciampa won on a house show, he was already updated as the champion for the next show, for the next takeover, before that taping actually aired. Which is kind of like, why do you do this? Just don't let it get out, WWE, okay? There should be an NDA for the people who watch the shows that they can't talk about it until after the show actually airs on the network. But, yeah. Next, 6 women's tag match. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. I'm going for Banks, Bayley, and Natty. The Riot Squad is going off of a lot of momentum right now. They have their win at Super Showdown against... Wait, did they win at Super Showdown? No, they lost at Super Showdown to Rousey and the Bellas. But they won. Ruby Riott did win the match against Sasha Banks on Monday. So they do kind of have the momentum going into this. But personally, I think they're going to go for Sasha, Natty, and Bayley because they're kind of like people who ushered in the women's revolution, the women's evolution, whatever you want to say. And it's just, I think that's where they're going with it. Unless Sasha decides to turn on Bayley and Natty, in which case, WWE, I swear. Next, the women's tag match. Now, this was initially supposed to be Alexa Bliss and Mickie James versus Trish Stratus and Lita, but Alexa is dealing with an injury right now. And she got pulled out of the match, and Alicia Fox has taken her spot. So it's Alicia Fox and Mickie James versus Lita and Trish Stratus, and I've gone for Lita and Trish. Honestly, this is shaping up to be a good match. Even with Alexa taken out of the match, Alicia Fox, for all the shitty storylines she's been put in and all the ways she's made to look insane, she's a fantastic in-ring performer. Like, you cannot deny that she's fantastic in the ring. And I think this is going to be a really good match. Very highly contested. Alexa's probably going to get involved because she will be ringside. And I think it's going to be a really good match. I'm excited for it. And finally, the Women's Battle Royal. We have Tamina, Ember Moon, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Maria Kanellis, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Asuka, Mandy Rose, Kelly, Ivory, Alundra Blaze, Michelle McCool, Tori Wilson, Zelina Vega, Naomi, Lita, Lana, Carmella, Sonya Deville, and Molly Holly. My prediction being Asuka. One sec. There we go. I'm going to put my extra prediction of Asuka attacking Becky Lynch post-match on the paper, or on the Excel spreadsheet. I'm thinking Asuka's going to win this. I think she's going to attack Becky after the match. And we might even see Charlotte maybe a shift of the heel face dynamic. And I really like double turns. Double turns are something I've really always enjoyed in my time of watching wrestling. God damn it. Double turns are a very difficult thing to pull off. But when they're pulled off correctly, they end up being very well done, and they end up bringing a lot to the story. And I think Asuka coming out there and putting Becky in the Asuka lock and Becky tapping to, like, okay, come on, break it up, sort of thing, and Asuka just holds it in. Turning Asuka heel. Let me just pinpoint this. That would turn Asuka heel. Okay? Then Charlotte gets back up after losing the match to Becky, and she has the opportunity to hit Asuka and get her off of Becky and save Becky, who she claims is still her friend. And instead, she attacks Becky, turning Charlotte heel in the process, and then turning Becky face because she's getting hit. She's getting beat up in a 2-on-1 beatdown assault by Asuka and Charlotte, thus potentially writing Becky off of the card off of TV for a while because she's apparently dealing with a fractured jaw or something like that, injury currently right now, and setting up for Survivor Series or whatever pay-per-view they decide to have it at, which probably wouldn't be Survivor Series, it'd probably be after. So December's pay-per-view, whatever December's pay-per-view ends up being, have it be Asuka versus Charlotte for the title, and I swear to God, Asuka would win that match. Asuka would have to be the one to win that match because Charlotte having the title is no bueno. Asuka having the title, muy bueno. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to have Charlotte and Asuka both kind of turn heel simultaneously by attacking Becky. Especially in the sense of Charlotte's the one who ended Asuka's streak, Asuka's undefeated streak, which would be kind of a cool nod of, oh, okay, now you're helping me sort of thing. It'd be kind of hilarious and weird to see, but it'd be awesome at the same time. And I think Asuka could do some very good work as a heel. I think she'd do it. It'd be done very well, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys like Monday morning-ish for the review. Stay golden. Peace.